Hello, our loves. You got Joanne and Elizabeth here at World's Cup of Joe. Awaken your soul. You guys know the drill. Me and Elizabeth, when we get these deep, profound downloads, we got to share them with you. And I'm just giving you all a warning. This is a big, big, big warning on this video. I almost did not want to record this video, but Elizabeth really felt this download and oh my gosh, we want to share it. Even though I didn't want to make it, the reason why I didn't want to make it is because I understand that a lot of people are in this levels of consciousness that is ready for this message. But this is the big but. We want to create this type of message and videos for you guys because we want to be that channel that gives it to you, the truth, right? So we don't want to just give you random videos that won't help you shift. We don't want to give you false truth. We want to give you exactly
Hold
what
on,
we're,
Joanne. I
yeah,
know this
go
is
ahead.
your intro. I know this is your intro, love, but this is a reality. And this is why we want to make videos like this, the ones that are hard to hear, because we want you to be with your twin flame. And the reality of this journey is these are the messages you have to hear because you have to know how to practice the energy that is required to bring in your twin flame and keep them here. So if we were to just make content, content like 5 signs they're my twin flame, if we were just make content like that, and that type of content is fine so you can expand your knowledge base about this journey and what this connection is, it's not helping you shift into the energy that's going to get you your twin flame or allow them to stay with you. So it may be things that are hard to hear, but ultimately we're sharing the guidance and the wisdom that is required to implement if you want to be in the energetic space where your person can come back in and stay in your space. And that's why we're making these challenging videos for you. We want to challenge you all. We want you guys to all get to this place where you can release the mind, you can release the addiction, you can let go of it. And we all know addictions are hard, and this is the biggest addiction of them all. Our twin flame is our biggest addiction. That's why the mind fights listening to these truths, because it's going to have to give up its biggest hit. And so when we are sharing stuff like we are in this video today, we want you to know we share it with love, and we share it because we want you with your person. We want you living your best life possible. And sometimes it takes the hard work of just being able to listen to something the mind doesn't want to hear to start that hard work.
Yeah, we want to share the truth with you. We want to give it exactly how it is. So get ready, my loves. These are the truths, and this is all with love. It's tough love, but it's pure love because we want you all to be with your twin flame because we know what it looks like on the other side with those that are not. The ones that are not ready for this message. The ones that are not receiving this message. They're not. They're watching things that will put them in the addictive energy. They're watching things that are allowing them to romanticize and be in addictive energy. So if you found this channel, my loves, you're so ready for this balanced energy because the clients we help, the conversations, the balancing, the shift, man, there's some high level stuff. There's stuff that they definitely manifested us. So if you found this channel, you're in this place of union energy, my love, because you were ready. You're not in addictive energy, and you're close to releasing any little bit that's left, keeping you from your twin flame. So get ready, my love. Without further ado, let's get started.
We're here guiding you in all things twin flame energy. We're here teaching you how to raise your energy to be that of balanced, neutralized energy, that same energy that is so magnetic to bringing in your twin flame and allowing them to stay in your space. So today, what I wanted to talk about, and I want to really help you guys that may still be struggling with this, maybe you don't even know you're struggling with it. I really want to help you guys shift out of this topic, which is staying in the stories of mind of the 3D. And I want to help you shift out of it so you can start aligning with the 5D and really watch your connection like thrive in a way that it's never done. Watch your journey and keep ascending. So here's what made me think about this. So yesterday I was sitting there and I was thinking about something about my past with my person prior to separation and just sort of the dynamics that we were in. And whenever the mind goes there, I really quickly try to pull myself out of there. And the reason being is back when the mind wanted to sort of think about this time period, my person was really sick. And this is actually, Joanne, you and I were talking about this. And I think this is why my mind went there after our conversation. My person had been really sick almost every month while we were together before separation. And it was really crazy because once I balanced, he never got sick again. And when I'm telling you he was sick every month like clockwork, something really crazy was going on with him. And it almost is like my addictive energy, because I was in addictive energy that whole time, was doing something really toxic to his body. And he was getting really, really sick every single month for almost a week at a time. And as soon as I balanced, he's never been sick again. So it was a really crazy thing. So anyways, my mind started thinking about that time period, thinking about the story, and I really quickly grabbed myself out of it. And the reason why is that story is no longer us. That story is no longer relevant. Anytime the mind wants to think about that story and how we were, then I'm in mind. I'm aligning with the 3D. I'm identifying as that energy, as that story, as that person. And that's not who we are right now. And so for all of you guys, we talk about this because I really want to bring this up today, because a lot of times when people call us, those that are, when we sort of say we feel the heightened addictive energy, someone calls us to talk and they just want to talk about the story. And we get it. We get it. The mind thinks that the story is relevant. And we are here to tell you today, and I know this might be hard for the mind to hear, the story is irrelevant. It truly is irrelevant. And why do I say this? Because your connection only takes place in this now moment. That is the energy of soul. Soul does not care about a minute ago. It doesn't care about 5 weeks ago. It doesn't care about 8 years ago. The only thing that matters to soul is this present moment. So as long as you're thinking about, ruminating, going over the past stories, they hurt me, they did this, they have a karmic, they have a third party involved, they moved away, they did this, they lied to me, they used, whatever the story is, it is irrelevant. Now, the mind wants to hold on to the story because the mind lives in fear-based energies. The mind wants to sit and elaborate the story, make it bigger than anything else in this now moment. And the truth is, it's irrelevant. And as long as you're staying identified to that story, you're staying identified to that version of you that existed then. You're not aligning to the 5D. You're not aligning to the energy that brings your person in. So when I say I can't think about that story anymore, it doesn't resonate. It's not me. It's not him. It's irrelevant. I am so grateful that I could be so present with my person and completely like bypass all of the stories of the past because they are no longer important. They are no longer pertinent to this now moment. And that's what keeps us thriving. If I were to bring up the past with him, anything about the past, that time of the past, he would pull. So if he would pull by me bringing it up, think about what it's doing energetically when you're consumed with it in the mind right now. To align with soul, you have to become soul. And soul doesn't care about the past. It is only the observer of this now moment. This journey is teaching you how to get rid of the mind and to align with the observer that you are, the God source energy within. And when you can do that, that's what's going to make your connection totally change dynamics. Your person may come in a certain way when you do this, because when you start aligning with soul, boom, your person is going to probably reach out, or you're going to have a manifestation. You're going to see these changes working through the universe, through soul. And as long as you stay caught up in the old stories, that's the way you're going to manifest this connection to sort of reappear. You have to change the stories to make the dynamics of this connection start shifting as well. What are you love?
So I'm going to be honest with you guys. Yesterday, me and Elizabeth were breaking down the energies because you know how we are. We want to help you all shift. And we're trying to share this union energy with you guys. This energy that we both have to stay in and embody. You guys know it's not an easy journey. This journey is effing crazy. Being in the energy of your soul, your twin flame, requires a lot of inner work, inner alignment, consciousness throughout the day. And so here we are dissecting the energy, and we went all the way back to separation, a little bit like where Dark Night was to separation. So that's kind of where we were trying to dissect the energy. And I'm going to be honest, I told Elizabeth, I'm not really excited about about doing that and getting in that energy because it's so like not where I'm at now. But, and here's the big but, we can share it because we've experienced it. And that was like a really, really big thing for me and Elizabeth is we want to share that we were in that. They're in this journey with you and we experienced the same turmoil, like a part of your soul is being like broken out of you, like you're cut in half, and even the words that we were trying to explain in that energy wasn't enough. It didn't give it justice because it felt like a part of you was dying, and really a part of you is dying. It's your awakening, right? It's the death of the ego. You're awakening to your soul. Awakening to your soul is letting go of the mind that's attached to the stories. And that's why the Dark Night was so heartbreaking, heart-wrenching, soul-shaking, like literally turn your life upside down without any notice kind of thing, right? It's like mind literally goes into this crazy, like addictive energy that does not want to release your person in the physical. And so we were talking about those energetic phases that we have to go through to get to where we are now. And one of them was in that really, really hard time where I was stuck in the stories. And I would say I did not shift out of the Dark Night to being able to balance my person until I let go of the stories. And I'm so like beyond the stories that I was so over it, like really over it, that I told Elizabeth I wasn't excited. Like, no, not excited. And you guys know I love cup of joeing with her. But I wasn't excited about going in the stories because the stories are mine. And we've shifted out of that, me and Elizabeth. That's why when we started getting into it, I even asked her, I'm like, wow, your person, I remember when her person was sick and she was, he was coming in and out of her life, and she didn't identify that it was energy, right? Her energy that kept bringing him in, and then he would pull whenever she gets back into mine. Elizabeth didn't know that, and I didn't know that I was doing the same thing. And so when I was looking at the difference between that very, very dark place where I wasn't understanding what this connection was, even to the extent of recognizing, hey, I got to feel better, I got to move on, I really have to focus on myself. That part of you that's dying to really be released, ego, right? Mind, stories. It's hard. It's hard to let them go because the stories make you feel like they're real. Because once I let go of the stories, it's like it never happened. And I wasn't ready to let that go. I wasn't ready to say that it never happened. I wasn't ready to let go of these like really amazing experiences with my person that changed my life, right? You guys all know this thing is not like the typical experience. It's like you're flying in the end of space and you finally found your version of you in another body.
You're almost making me realize when someone's stuck in the stories, it's allowing them to almost deny doing the work that's required. So I'm going to You guys all know I always equate a lot of stuff to losing weight because that's been my struggle my entire life. As long as I would stay lost in the stories of, well, my parents said this to me when I was young, and this happened when and as long as I identify as the stories that I focused on myself being overweight and why I was overweight, then it was almost like giving me an excuse to not just get out there in this now moment and work on it. It allows you to stay stuck in the past. That's what the stories do. It's like mind's almost way to get a hit off of the topic or validation off of the topic instead of saying, you know what, this is no longer relevant. I get to change. I get to control the situation now. It's almost like making an excuse of why you don't have to change and shift out of whatever it is that is the mind is stuck on.
Yeah, but the mind doesn't want to hear that, right? I even making this very video, I was hesitant. I was telling Elizabeth, this requires a really high level of consciousness, love. Are you prepared for this? Like, this is union energy we're sharing. We're sharing this isn't for someone who is in tarot readings or addictive energy or stalking their person. This is someone who's ready to shift, and they are in the place of balancing.
Let's be real. And we love you guys. We love you guys, all of you, no matter where you're at in your journey. We've been there. So we empathize and we understand where you're at. So we get it, right? We really, really get it. The people who call and really want to change, they really want to change. They call us and they talk to us about themselves, about what this journey means to them, why they want to change, the peace they want to experience, and the whole conversation is focused on them. That's the balanced energy we're talking about. The people who don't want to shift, maybe they're doing it subconsciously, they don't want to shift subconsciously, maybe they say they do, but they're really not ready, they're not quite there. Those are the ones that focus on the story. They focus on their person because they think their person is the journey. Even if logically they know the person's not their journey because they know everything about TFs, they know this is their awakening, they still focus on their person. And so that's the difference of the energy. One is external and one is internal. And when you're ready to go within, when we say go within, we mean focus internally on what it is about you that needs to shift, rather than focusing externally on what the mind thinks it can do to bring your twin flame back in.
I think it's the consciousness of being in this level, right? So in this place where we are in now, in this place of union, there's no stories because I know what the stories did to my journey. So what I would say for those that are listening to us, even those that are very new in listening to us, maybe your soul manifested, this channel, and you found your way to these truths. You navigated your way into these twin flame teachings that are just universal truth, because anyone who has a twin flame, the ones that are really in this twin flame connection where it's energetic and it has a correlation, right? Your person has a correlation in interacting with you based on your energy. Those that are really in this journey and understand it and have found the magic of their person manifested or are seeing their person from their alignment, there's no denying it. People that are in this journey get it. Even people that have been in this journey for years and are not ready. There's some that just one day, they're just like, I'm done. I'm done with the pain. I'm done with the stories. I'm ready to make this journey about me. And I'm going to focus on me. And it's hard. It's hard to shift from there to the other, right? And that's why I said this video is hard to make. And if this video is hard to listen to, I want you to feel that, because there's something there that still doesn't want to let go, which is great. This is why we're making this video, because we want to challenge you. We love you guys. And that's what Elizabeth said. Well, let this be the video that allows people to shift. Let this be the video that lets people let go of the stories that they're stuck on their person, obsessing about their person, focusing on their person. The things that we were doing that made our person pull, it was like, I know we went through a lot of crap, all of us divine feminines, but back with my person after being together, the amount of impact my energy when I'm in addictive energy goes towards him, and I see him pull, and I see what it does to him, it's crazy. It's so crazy. And so if I can help any one of you listen to these truths, is the stories is only going to keep you from the physical aspect of your soul, because the stories keep you both in separation consciousness. Your polarity towards your person to push, right? Their polarity to pull will be activated. That's just how the energy works. There will be this really, really magical state where you will get into that 5D energy, the one that we just told you, where you're done and you're ready to make this journey about you, start aligning with you, you start shifting, you start releasing the stories, because the stories are not what you are. Stories are of mind, right? So even the most immaculate experiences that I've had with my person, I've had to let them go because they already happened. They are done. The experiences are done. We're going to make more experiences in the now moment, and we can only relate to each other in the present moment anyway. So when I talk to him about the past, he pulls. So then I'm just sitting in the mind, right? I want you guys to visualize that. You're sitting in the mind and trying to relate with your person in the 3D, when your person can only relate to you in the 5D, because that's the way you guys are one. And so they're asking you to let go of the story so that they can be with you in the physical, because they can only meet you in this present moment. And so here we are saying, nope, not ready. I love the stories, and I'm sorry that it's hard, because I get it. I still struggle with it. I don't like letting go of beautiful memories. I don't like letting go of experiences that give me the highest high of life, because there's so much lows. And so when we experience the high in this journey, it's out of body. It's amazing. It's beautiful. And you don't want to let it go. You don't want to release it. You don't want to give it away. There's even people in this journey that, have intuitive knowings, like very strong telepathy, with really, really strong oneness with their person's energy. And it's like they get lost in that. They get addicted to that. And then they never allow the physical aspect of their soul be in their physical space, because they really like the stories and they want to talk about the stories. And then the ones that don't, just like Elizabeth said, those are the ones that are so balanced. And then I think we are the ones that have to ask, like, hey, what's going on with your person? Because they're so high vibing. They're so much focusing on themselves that they almost forgot, like, this is a call to get deeper, like, in anything else but soul. It was like, oh, so how's it going there? Oh, that's fine. I'm balanced there. And then we start talking about soul purpose. We start talking about their work and their abundance and how they've been manifesting. And then we almost are saying, when we start talking about their person, it's like, yeah, of course they're going to be in your life, and they're being with you because you're doing so beautifully being. So we want you guys to know, when we make these really profound downloads on really helping you guys shift, it's going to be hard. It will, but we're giving you this union energy. We want to transfer it to you on what it looks like on the other side after the dark night, after separation. Because there's so many people that just really want to see their person. They want to know it's real. They want to know what the experience did happen. And what we're saying is, yes, it absolutely did. It happened so you can wake up to your journey, to notice that your journey is what it is, right? If this wasn't so magical, if the stories weren't so beautiful, it would have been just any other connection. But this one is out of this world, right? This one is enough to shake you up. And that's why it's hard to let go of the stories. But when you get closer to your soul, the stories go away, and you actually don't want to talk about it. You don't want to talk about the stories. You don't want to talk about the lower scales of consciousness. You don't want to talk about mind, especially with your person. You're no longer interested in talking about your person and stories with other people. You're no longer interested in talking about other people's stories if they're in the journey. You kind of just want to be in this present moment now. And that is where your energy lies. And that is the union energy. That is the oneness. That is the place where our people cannot leave our space. They are drawn to us in this energy where there are no stories. Because I would say the stories keep you linked in the 3D. The stories keep you obsessing and romanticizing and making the stories all there is, and you're playing it over and over and over. So you're ruminating on the past. And you guys know, especially in this journey is nothing to do with the past, because the past is all mine. This journey is in the here and now, in this very present moment, where you're tied forever and one forever. So the stories that you're holding on to doesn't have to define you, because the oneness that you already are is what you are. So we want to share with you guys, it's okay to let go of the stories. You can, after this video, comment down below. I want you guys to own your journey. I want you to say, I've let go of the stories. Comment down below and say, hey, I'm done. I'm done with the stories. I surrender.
I love that, Joanne. I love that. Yes, right? You guys should all do it. I'm ready to let go.
This is an announcement to soul that I'm done with the stories, and I'm letting go of my fears of holding on to these things that's keeping me tied to the 3D of my person. Because, my loves, your person isn't the stories. They're with you now, always. It's that 5D energy. And until you can actually let go of the stories is when you can be in this moment now with your person. So yeah, I want you guys to use this opportunity to release, to let go, and to be. Because your person is in the here and now, and there are no stories, my love. You are the story. I'm ready to let go. I'm ready to be free from stories. If you got this far in this video, man, you're shifting. Seriously, I hope you guys felt all the shifts, because that's the only energy we want to share with you guys. It's that union energy, the energy that keeps our people in. You know why I'm so picky with my energy, my love? Because I get in mine. As soon as we start talking about the moments of when we were in separation and I was in dark night, I start getting into the stories. And then I can feel, you know, when the polarities get activated and you're feeling all icky, you know, you guys know, I can feel that part of me going to them. I can feel it. And then I can see my person pull. So I'd never want to do that. Even like as an experiment for all of you, I'm selfish. I want to keep myself in this neutralized, balanced energy for myself, like just so that I can stay present, just so that me and my person can thrive. And I want you guys to be really selfish with the mind too. Like when you start seeing yourself get into the stories, we're not going there, mind. We're going to chill right here in this moment now. And I'm done. I let go. And I already commented to Elizabeth and Joanne's video that I'm done with that damn stories. And so if you have to come back to this video so you can realign and you can get back into this place of that 5D energy where the stories are left.
Hold on, Joanne. Seriously, yeah. I will tell myself all the time when the mind kicks up stories. I do it. I say, it's irrelevant. It's irrelevant. It's irrelevant. Yeah. It's irrelevant has become a mantra to remind me that the mind is the one doing the thinking and that it's not me being the observer. And so as soon as I say it's irrelevant, it almost like snaps me back into the 5D and into observer role, because I know that I'm not the one who's thinking those thoughts, the mind is. So anytime the mind kicks in, I want you guys to hear that mantra over and over in your head. It's irrelevant, because it is. It is irrelevant to soul. Soul doesn't judge, right? So as long as there's a story, there's a judgment. There's a duality in it. And so the mind just sees things. Soul just sees things, and there's no story attached, because story is duality. So remember, it's irrelevant. It's irrelevant. It's irrelevant.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's because soul is the observer of the experience. And if there is a judgment of the experience, you're no longer in soul. And so when you can tap yourself out of the stories, tap right out of the judgment, you're getting right back into soul. That's what our channel is all about. If we can share anything with you guys throughout your day, is to get you back into soul. We want to get you back into soul because we know how the pain is. We know how the freaking dark night was. That was crazy. And it's not just one, but multiple dark nights that can get you out of your peace. And we want you to get to this place where you get selfish. You get selfish with the mind. Like, I've gone through so much pain. I'm done with that. And the stories are so addictive too. They're so addictive because they just heighten all of your addictive energy to where you just make the focus about them, and it's out of your, like, you can't control it almost. It's like being done consistently over and over and over and over and over, and then you're like, oh crap, I've been obsessing, or oh crap, I'm in mine, or I'm in stories, or I'm trying to figure them out. And we want you to keep bringing it back. The videos we make, we want to honestly bring you guys to where if we were in that place, we could snap out of it at that moment. If we heard this beforehand, like this message right here. And so that's what I want you guys to have, is a special place in Cup of Joe, where when you're finding yourself getting lost in the stories, or you just experienced the most amazing experience with your person and you're in the stories, pop this video, my love, and remind yourself, I'm done. I'm out of these stories, because the stories are mine and I am soul, my loves. I am soul. Say it proud, say it loud. I'm soul. And that, my love, is your person. Your person is your soul. Your twin flame is your soul. So be in soul. When you are in soul, there is no stories, because you are the story. We love you guys so much. We hope you have an amazing, amazing day. Bye, love.
Bye, love.